What's up guys, Evan Brown. Today's video, as the title says, is going to be how to stay warm during the winter. So I know it's getting colder and colder, and you want to stay in your stand as long as possible, because when it gets cold, that's when the deer move and the rut and everything's happening. So the longer you can stay in your stand and be warm and nice and comfortable, the longer you're going to have a better chance of killing a buck. So here are going to be my main tips on how to stay warm during the winter. So my first tip, okay, hold on. I'm going to break this down into like 3 categories that I think are really important. My first category is going to be how to keep your hands warm, because I think that's a big thing. One of the biggest for me, and I don't like to wear super heavy gloves, so I wear these Under Armour gloves like this. They're like lighter weight, and even though I do hunt with a gun most of the time, I don't like to have super thick gloves when I shoot, so I have these thinner Under Armour gloves, which are warm enough, and they're okay, but my hands are gonna get cold, so I have this right here. It's like it goes around your waist, and it's like a hand warmer, and you can put hot hand warmers like these right here in the hand warmer, and it'll keep them warm. So that's how I like to keep my hands warm, and that's a really tip number 1. Tip number 2 is your head. I know that's the big one for a lot of people. Getting your head cold is the worst, right? So your ears and your head. So I like to wear one of these Under Armour. It's not super heavy duty, but it's good enough for like 30 degrees. A face mask like this. You put that on, and I like to put my toboggan over it or whatever. I guess some people like to wear hats, so they can wear a hat over this too, just to block the sun. But I don't necessarily have to. So that's what I like to do, because it keeps your ears warm, and so does this, and your head's all like good. And if it gets really cold, like 15 degrees or lower, I like to wear another warmer, fuzzier mask over the Under Armour one. So that's how I like to do that. And the feet, my feet also get a lot of people's feet get really cold after 2 or 3 hours in a 4-hour, 5-hour sit, and that's the worst. So I like to do this. I like to get one base layer of socks. Like I always like my Nike whatever socks, like your white ones, and then I like to wear your tights, like my well, actually, I said 3 parts. This is gonna be like a 5-part thing, but whatever. So I like to wear my socks, and then wear like a pair of tights, and put that all the way down to my ankles, and then put another pair of socks over that, like a warmer pair, like a higher pair of socks over that, and then put my boots on. Or some people even put it, or when it gets really cold, I like to put a 3rd layer of socks, maybe one really fuzzy layer over the top. And then some people, I have one pair of boots that I like to wear, and the muck boots. But some people like to wear even more than that, like another pair of boots they have when it gets really cold, which I don't necessarily do, because it doesn't get that cold. But if you feel like you need that to keep your feet warm, you could also wear another pair of boots. So that's also like not just for the people. I'm not saying 2 pairs of boots like at the same time. That's just retarded. But 2 like a pair of rubber boots and a pair of like warmer boots. So that's what I mean by that. The 3rd thing I have to keeping your body warm is your compression layer, like your first layer. So I like to have a pair of, as I said, tights. I almost wear, when it gets cold enough, I almost wear 2 pairs of tights. Like I have a pair of Under Armour like base layer tights, and I have a base layer shirt. And the key for me is to layer, but have a good firm foundation. Like I'll wear these and these, first thing I put on usually. Sometimes I put on another pair of Nike or something tights, like the athletic tights under these, just as a super tight layer. But basically you just have to have a nice warm base layer, and then I'll go like, usually it depends, but like over these I have it depends, as I said, but sometimes I'll put like a pair of sweatpants, like the ones I'm wearing right now. Like I have a few pairs of just warm sweatpants that I have in my hunting stuff, that I'll put those, and then I have one more pair of pants, and then I have it depends if I wear, because I have a pair of sweatpants. If I have these, usually I count these as a sweatpants. When it gets cold enough, I'll put sweatpants over that, and then put the pants on. And then if you have like a big, like one suit, or like one jumpsuit, or like I have a really warm pair of overalls, and then I would just put that over everything. And then for the upper body, that like an Under Armour long sleeve tight shirt, or if you have one of those, it's not Under Armour, another brand, that's good. And then I like to wear one more like a longer sleeve warm shirt with a hoodie, and then your big jacket. It's always good to bring one extra layer or one bonus layer, even though might not need it. It's better to have it and be safe than sorry. So so yeah, as I said, better to be safe than sorry. Dress because like dress more than you think you'll need because you'll usually be cold. Like everybody, me for example, I like usually 3 or 4 hours into a hunt. I'm like, man, I'm cold, and you really want to get down, and it's harder to stay in the stand when you're cold and uncomfortable. So always dress warm. And then my final, I think this will be my final thing. Yeah, my just your core. Keep your core warm, and I think that's they have these little things. I don't have one, but I just stick a heat pocket on both sides of my like right here. I'll just stick one in my hoodies and just in the pockets to keep my core warm. And that's always a good thing because your core needs to be warm. I know they make a little vest that you can put the heat packets in. That's also a good idea if you have one of those. That's a great idea. That's basically all I have. And last one tip. This isn't actually something you wear, something you bring. Always bring food. Like I know a lot of people are like, yeah, don't eat, it'll scare the deer away. Like, no, I feel like it's, if you're hungry, if you're really, really hungry, I feel like you should eat. First off, eating warms you up because it gets your metabolism and everything. It warms you up, and it also would helps you stay not staying longer. Because when you're hungry and you're cold, you always want to get down. So, bring food, food that you think like good, not protein, but like I like peanut butter crackers. Sometimes I'll even bring like if it's a morning hunt, I'll just bring my breakfast. I'll bring like a Pop-Tart or something, even though that's a terrible. It's not. It doesn't fill you, which is much. Which is like I'll bring a thing of crackers, and then a Pop-Tart. Eat the Pop-Tart early, like an hour into the hunt, just as my breakfast, and just to give me something to eat. And then later, when I get hungry and it's keep me warm, I'll eat some crackers or something like that. And then some people, if you're hunting in a box blind, you almost could bring like I don't know. Some people bring like their coffee in their cup or whatever if they're hunting in a blind, but you can also bring like a drink, a Gatorade or something like that to stay not thirsty throughout the day and stay hydrated. So those are my tips on how to stay warm. Hope y'all enjoyed. I hope y'all kill the biggest bucks this season. So far, I have killed one, which is my last video says that. My next video might be, hopefully, me killing a buck. This Sunday, I might not hunt again until, it depends actually. So, basically that's my video today. Leave a thumbs up. Hope y'all like the tips. I just try to make all these, I'm going to start trying to make more of these how-to tip videos. Because they're easier for me to make than going out and doing stuff, and I think they'll be helpful. And honestly, the reason I haven't posted any real hunting videos is because I'm saving all my footage for this one hunt, or for this one video I'm going to make with the, like, hopefully I'm going to shoot this year during the rut. So that's basically all I got today for y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed. See y'all later. Boom.